In this video, I'll show you some of the new things that we are adding in 2.11 to make it easier to manage CPI and PI transport and releases. So one of the new things that we have added is release, and our release concept is about being able to group different functionality in one bucket, so it's easier for you to deliver it when the user needs it. So in here you can create a new release. You have the option to assign scenarios to it, specify what are the default landscapes that we want to use for this. And then you can create tickets and manage them the same way as we used to have. So let's just see what we now have. So one of the cool things is we obviously have, we can select SAP CPI iFlow and a change that has been made. So this is who is the person responsible, what are the landscapes that we will be using here. It's not Denmark, I can assure you that. It's our manual one. And then our service request for this is we can put a description on what this is about. So now we have created our ticket. We have added these objects. We can look at what kind of test cases we have. We can assign them. We can run the test. We can go in and see what was actually changed between these versions. And I know it's this object that has been changed. I can go check my versions. I can check what was changed between our two different versions. And we can see it was this digit 8 that was changed to a 9. So that's probably okay. Now I can create a transport. I can run the test, obviously. I can also create transport. We now have a new way to do transport that will allow you to actually create all the transports automatically. But in this case, we are just using the older approach because we haven't prepared everything yet. What you will now get is you will have this view, and in here you have the option to configure what the API keys should be in your new landscape, as we have had previously. So you will just say, okay, now it will be 18. We can then send it to approval, and since I have the role as approver, I then have the option to approve it or decline. If I did not have it, I will not be able to do anything on this ticket, and I'll need to inform someone, please approve this ticket. So we'll just approve it, go. And what we now have is the option, we can import it from here, and it will then apply it in our landscape. We're using virtual landscape because we don't have two CPI systems. And now everything is okay. We can see what was changed, and we have all information about our ticket. So that was what we had. So this approval step, being able to approve what kind of tickets was going on in the landscape. The other thing we have done, and if we, for instance, have a PI scenario, and here I've made a change to these two components, so we'll create a new ticket for these. And here I need to select the landscape that I want to be using in, and here we're using the integrated transport management, and we have probably the same next service request that this is a part of. And we can also add test cases here. What I will just want to show you is we have this part about doing start transport, and when we press that, it will create the transport. Right now we just have directory objects, and we'll just use them, create them via web service. If we also had repository, it will also export those, and it will create a group of these different messages in one go, so we could have all of this in just one package that we needed to import. What then is different here is then you have the option here to go and see what is the configuration. Let me just scroll down here so we can see what are the values that has been applied, what are the non-transportable objects that is a part of this, and we can go in and overwrite this target value to something. Then we'll just say save. So we've also improved a lot up here in the mapping configuration. So we'll go back. We also have the option here to go and do a comparison. And here we can go compare what was actually changed and what was suspected to be changed in this. And as you saw, we did change this sender to this new sender information, so we can actually see what will be applied once we're importing this this transaction. So we'll send it to approval. It will be the same approval phase as we had in the other one. We can say go or reject. If we say reject, it will go back, and the user will need to do a new transport with this information. So we'll just say go. We will import. And then it will import, create these objects, and be able to actually configure it in this this way. I hope you saw the power of this and the ability that you as an architect will have to approve, manage all the transports in your system. So I'm really looking forward to be able to ship this to you. If you want to try it out, go to figaf.com/IRT, sign up, and you'll be the first to know once this is released.